Behind every bit of mom wisdom is a story of a real mom and real kids just trying to love each other well. Whether you're cozied up on the couch with a mug of coffee or out for a walk, you're welcome to join us as we share stories and laugh, learn, and grow together. It's the iMom Podcast. Welcome to this week's episode of the iMom Podcast. Abby, Chloe, Susan, Megan, all here with you again. And Thanksgiving is actually coming up this Thursday, and I'm super excited about it. I wanted to, instead of sharing a story this episode, I wanted to kind of warm us up to the holidays by doing a little bit of Thanksgiving and Christmas, this or that. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Thanksgiving, this or that. Pumpkin or pecan pie?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin if it's homemade.
Oh. Okay, then pecan or pecan, the word.
Pecan.
I want to be a pecan person, but I'm a pecan.
Just be yourself,
Okay,
Chloe.
I'm pecan.
Embrace your southernness. Do you turkey or ham? Turkey or ham?
Ham.
Turkey.
Oh.
Turkey.
No, I don't
ham on
like
Thanksgiving?
turkey's so dry.
Yeah, I'm a ham girl.
Yeah,
give
nice.
me gravy. Put some
Ham is
gravy
so
on it.
slimy.
You're
so good.
How old is your ham? Why is it
It's
slimy?
just slimy and like the texture. Ooh.
And how could you turn away from gravy?
I put gravy on my, I was going to say hot dog. Mashed potatoes. But
Don't
gravy on
tell
my
me
mashed
you have
potatoes.
gravy and mashed potatoes with ham.
It is exactly what I do.
That's weird.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you do hot chocolate or cider for your hot drink?
Oh.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, hot chocolate.
Gosh, I do both.
Okay.
Unless you do a little hottie toddy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you go shopping for Black Friday or stay home?
I used to go shopping, and it was fun. Till 4 in the morning.
We used to go till like 4 a.m.
Wow.
But now we just sit up until 4 a.m. online.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to do that too. That was like a big tradition, but we don't do that as much anymore now.
So sad.
I never do it. Okay, Christmas then. Colored lights or white lights on the tree?
Oh.
White.
White on the tree. Megan?
You're
It's
asking
me. What do you
Megan.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Color.
White.
Do you do black and white on the tree? Megan, somehow?
Just white.
No. I like ornaments and color, but white lights for sure.
Chloe, you do?
Color.
See-
my tree is so loud. You guys would hate my tree.
Yes. I used to do just white. And then one year I was like, I'm going to put color on. I was like, I love it so much.
Yeah,
It's just like the one thing that you like, you can go over the top and be totally tacky for. Okay, one more then. Do you do Elf or Home Alone for the movie?
Oh.
Which one do you prefer?
Elf, but my husband loves Home Alone and can't stand Elf, so we're very opposite in that.
Elf.
I love them both. This
I
is
do
so
love them
hard.
both, yeah.
Yeah. I think Elf, but I have to watch Home Alone every year too.
Gosh, where's the holiday choice in here? Because I love the holiday.
With
Don't
Jude
get me
Law and
started.
Cameron. Oh yeah,
Don't
Abby.
even get me
Listeners,
started.
Abby hates the holiday. She hates the holiday with Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, one of the best movies ever made. Abby hates it.
That's when we're finally going to
That's
get...
like my favorite Christmas movie.
Please attack her in the comments.
3 against
Don't
1, Abby.
get it.
Convert.
Wait, explain yourself. Explain yourself.
I'll sum up my distaste in 2 words. Cameron Diaz.
Oh, she's so funny.
Wow.
She's horrible. And Kristen Love, she is a horrible actress.
Aw.
Anyway,
But she's a great ditzy blonde.
she is.
She's Amanda Woods.
You know what? You guys can have it. I'll take Home Alone. You guys can have the holiday. So as we look forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the things that happen, we have this vision of what the holiday is going to look like. Thanksgiving looks like a Norman Rockwell painting. Everybody is sitting around the tree celebrating these wonderful gifts, and everyone's opening and oohing and eyeing. But then the actual day rolls around, and your son doesn't want to wear a shirt at the Thanksgiving dinner table, or everyone's fighting, or the presents that you bought did not arrive on time, and things just are not turning out the way that you want them to. I think there's just so much pressure to have a great holiday that sometimes the expectations themselves are what lead the experience to fall flat for us. And we experience this at Thanksgiving, Christmas, but also Mother's Day, birthdays, all the different things that we build up in our mind what it's going to be, and then it doesn't happen. So today I want to talk about how to keep expectations from ruining a special day or a special moment. So my first question for you guys is, have you ever set yourself up for disappointment by having some unrealistic expectations?
Yeah, I do, because Mark is just not a planner. So Mark, and he's He struggles to give gifts.
Yeah, that's how my husband is too. I think we.
So the expectation is low.
Yeah.
Megan, how have Christmas mornings been? Like, how was Christmas morning last year? You know, because James is kind of now to the age where you get to actually, he gets to open presents and you can kind of watch him enjoy that. Is it living up to what you imagined it would be?
It really is, because it's so sweet, because he's 4, and so he's kind of at the best Christmas age. He gets it and he's so excited about it, and it's kind of the first year that he really gets it. And well, maybe he kind of got it when he was 3, but I don't know. He really understands it this age, and so it's so sweet because he's so excited, and it's just Christmas magic. But you know, I'm sure there will come an age where that is kind of dwindling or whatnot. So yeah, I mean, right now with kids, it's really, really sweet.
Yeah. Do you think that some of the expectations are reasonable and fair? Some of the expectations that we set, like I read a story about a woman in her first Christmas with her husband. She said he slept through Christmas morning while she and her family did their tradition, and she was really upset. And the woman said she hadn't realized that she expected her husband to wake up for breakfast on Christmas morning, and it took the disappointment to realize that she had this expectation. I'm like, like being awake feels like a pretty low bar to set
Super low
for the holiday. Like, how do you know when an expectation is fair and you have the right to be upset?
So I will say this. I love Christmas. Like my birthday's right after Christmas. My mother's was right before. So it just was always a big time at our house. And to this day, so to get ahead of it, I decorate Thanksgiving weekend. Like I'm set because there's so much that has to be special for me and so many things I want to do that I kind of have to plan ahead. But I used to expect everyone to help me decorate, especially the lights. And I learned that would make me mad when they didn't. So there's also this expectation that everyone has to go get the tree with me. I have dropped all of that. In fact, 2 years ago, I went and got the tree by myself because it just wasn't lining
a live
up.
tree, like you get a real tree and you go to the lot by yourself.
I did 2 years ago go to the lot by myself because, again, my kids are grown now, but even my kids who are in town, nobody could go, and I wanted to get it done. And I was happy about it. I didn't have anybody's opinion. So I have learned to let go a little of the magic and that, oh, we're all going to go together and then we're going to have hot chocolate and then we're going to put it in the stand and then we're all going to put the lights on together. Most of the time, people are laying on the couch watching me put on the lights, at least 2 people still. And the ornaments, occasionally a couple people put them on. Maybe theirs they'll find and put on. But I know I'm doing the tree. Yeah. And I've learned to put on music or put my earpods in if somebody's watching a football game while I'm doing it and just do it on my own and love it.
See, I think that's very smart. I don't know how long it's going to take me to let go of the desire for everybody to participate together. But
do your boys like to participate and stuff like that?
One of them does, and the other one does not. So yeah, I've got one that will always help with anything, and the other one is happy to sit back and watch it all happen. But I do bribe with hot chocolate. Yeah. So for most things. So I think a lot of moms feel let down at Christmas, and they end up having this gripe that like, I did so much for everybody else and then nobody thought of me. There's even like a Saturday Night Live sketch. I don't know if you've seen it.
I have seen it.
It's so funny because it's so true. Everyone's like talking about what they got and she's like, and I got a robe. And
over and over again.
And I got a robe and it's 40% off and I got a robe. And I really think that is so common. I know that for me, like my husband is great. He's thoughtful. My kids are okay, you know, but like they're not old enough to really be buying me presents yet. And it's fine. But even that, I know exactly what I'm getting on Christmas. I'm getting exactly what I asked for, what I sent the link for. Yeah. You know, my friend got one year, she asked for someone to come and steam clean her floors. That's what she wanted from her husband. And she even gave him a coupon to use to buy the service. Christmas morning rolled around and there was a box under the tree And she's like, I really hope there's not a steam cleaner in this box.
Oh, no.
There was a steam cleaner in the box. And he was so proud of himself. And he's like, the price of this is, one time is the cost that it would, for somebody to come and clean. And she's like, I
not the
wanted
point.
somebody to come and do it for me. It's like, we just feel this disappointment. Like, how do we stop setting ourselves up for that, especially the gift disappointment? How do we push back on that?
Megan, your love language is gifts. Is Hampton good at that?
Yeah, I think to your point earlier, Susan, that you have to know who you're married to. And I think I've, just kind of come to terms with, and not, I mean, to his credit, it may be my own fault because I'm a particular person and I like particular things. And so if I want to make sure I get what I want, I, got to send that to him and make it abundantly clear, like not even drop a hint, like be like, this is what I want. But at the same time, we're kind of at that period of our life too, where we want to spend our money traveling or doing things with our home or different things like that. And so we've forgone Christmas presents a lot of the years, the past couple of years, and just gotten gifts for the kids anyways. And so that's not really, I don't expect to get anything on Christmas anyways. So yeah, we've just kind of let that go. But I like gifts. Gifts is my love language, but I think I'm too particular of a person for someone to buy for me. So yeah, I think it's a double-edged sword.
I still know what I'm getting you if I get you for Christmas this year in our drawing.
Gosh,
You're
you're
getting a Trapper Keeper.
Oh, no.
Whether you
Are we
want
back
it or
to
not.
that notebook again?
Yeah.
I think that, you just touched on something that like you don't do gifts as much anymore between the two of you. When it comes to being thought of for Christmas gifts, that's really the issue, is that someone didn't think of you. Because if you share a bank account with your husband, you can buy that gift for yourself. That money, it's not like it's a gift that he purchased for you. That is your shared bank account. The real issue in not getting something that you wanted is that you feel like nobody thought of you.
Yeah.
And then you have to go, okay, well, what else can thoughtfulness look like at Christmas in this time? What else can kind of fill that thoughtfulness tank? And maybe it's that, like for me, I like a clean kitchen and living room during the holidays so that I can have that like peaceful feeling of like all the decorations are there and I don't have to look at the mess when I'm trying to look at the manger scene. I don't see clutter next to the manger scene. And so, if you can figure out what makes you feel like the people in your life care about you, then maybe the lack of gifts wouldn't be a big deal.
And it kind of reminds me back to the conversation about the invisible load of motherhood, because I know for me, it's like, I need to organize, okay, well, what's our sister-in-law getting? And like, what's, our niece and nephew getting? And like, so it's like, you're thinking about every single person and what gift they're getting. And when you're not considered, it's like, it just,
I will say there was a season where I was doing Christmas Eve and Christmas dinner for 15 people. And I was not enjoying it because it was so much work. And so the next year when I had to do it again, I created a list and I said, I'm going to make this a game. And when everybody walked in, everybody had 2 assignments on there. So, and I said, everybody has a job. Here's the list. And I posted it like when someone had to set the table and then clear the salad dishes. And somebody had to refill water glasses and put dessert plates in the dishwasher. Like everybody had a specific little job. And for me, that was huge, and everybody loved it because they were involved and they felt like they were doing something. I didn't have to take the time to give them instructions because it was written out. And for me, I don't mind the cooking, the shopping, getting it all ready. It was the cleanup.
Yeah.
By that time, I was always exhausted and then I'm frustrated because they're all playing games and I'm in there doing the dishes. So it totally eradicated that problem for me.
Yeah. I think that what you just touched on is asking other people to carry more of the load. If you're exhausted, if you have exhausted yourself to meet everybody else's needs, then it's easy to snap and easy to feel disappointed. And so if you tell your husband, hey, you got to wrap gifts this year, or you're in charge of figuring out what we're getting for the people on your side of the family, or you're in charge of cleanup.
In fact, the year after that, I have to say that's when we came up with the holiday cleanup cards.
Oh,
that
yeah,
are on iMom.
yeah.
So we have cleanup cards
Yeah.
because then I said, oh, it's going to be more fun if I cut these up and they have to draw one out. Then it's really random. I didn't assign it. Sorry, you got the dishes.
Yeah. That's great.
Well, and if you don't assign things, then the day of, some people are trying to help. And they're like, what can I do? What can I do? And you're just like, I don't know.
yeah.
Just get out of the way.
Yeah, of course. My mother-in-law, those are the kind of people that always want to help. And you're like scrambling.
Yeah. I also think that if you're feeling unappreciated and like everything is failing your expectations, then you need to reevaluate what actually needs to be done. If you're baking 50 cookies and your kid's like, I wanted ornament-shaped cookies, not star-shaped cookies. You're like, well, you know what? Maybe this was not mine to do this year. Maybe this is not something that I need to take on. Maybe it's somebody else's job. And if nobody misses it, then great. Then you don't even have to bring it back next year.
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped Christmas cards. I remember the year I dropped that. I was so happy. We used to send out, Mark, my husband, 300 Christmas cards.
Oh my God.
Did you handwrite the front?
Look, in the beginning of Family First, when we started the ministry, and I was not working at the time, I made them.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh my gosh. It was over the top with the bow at the top. Of course, that's when the bows were that picture on. I would try to get the girls to help me. It was too much. Dropped that. I also dropped baking for the neighbors. You know how you made a little something and dropped it off to 50 neighbors? Oh, I had to drop it. Couldn't get it done.
Yeah. What I want to do, and I was talking to a friend about this, like leave yourself a note at maybe like right after Thanksgiving or something. And you can put it with your Christmas decorations. So when you pack them up, you say, these are the things that were like life-giving for me this year. I loved making something for the neighbors. I loved taking the kids to look at lights. I loved gift wrapping with my husband one night with a glass of wine. Like these are the things that I really enjoyed doing. These are the things that I don't really want to do again because you get amnesia kind of. You come back around in like late October, early November. You're like, let's do all this again.
You got like your holiday goggles on.
Right. And so if you leave that note for yourself, put them in the decorations so that when you get that out next year, you go, oh yeah, I don't want to do Christmas cards.
Yeah.
Listen to you from a year ago
That's
and don't do that again. So then, okay, talking about expectations, what do you do if you get a gift you don't like? Like my friend's steam cleaner. My mom one year, oh, it was bad. My mom got hubcaps from my dad.
Ooh.
Yep, Christmas morning, she opened hubcaps.
Yikes.
Yeah, my husband doesn't do that kind of thing anymore.
So how do you respond? So no matter who it is, if you
He
get
got
a
in
gift.
big trouble one year because he got her a microwave for Valentine's Day. And I was like, and it was only because their microwave was broken.
It was broken.
So you
He
were
got
going
me
to
a
get it
microwave.
either way. You were getting it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And gifts are not my love language, so there's no pressure there. But if he's going to give something, it needs to be good. He just knows I get my own. He'll ask me every year, "What did I get you?" And I go, "Oh, here, these 3 things." Wrap
Well,
for
and
me.
I've tried to take it over
She
for
does
him
great.
because I'm like, this is just silly. Like, I'll do it, whatever. Because honestly, I took it over when that microwave thing happened because I think I was in high school and just like, I was embarrassed for him. I was like, what were you thinking? Like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Yeah, train up a child because Megan will she gets my gift for everything, and the other kids just Venmo her.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's great.
So Megan, if you get something you don't like, what do you do? Since you've admitted that you're kind of picky.
I love you. Thank you. I mean, I literally just say thank you. And then, are you talking about like it depends on who it's from.
Your mother-in-law gives you something you don't like. What do you say?
Thank you.
Your mother gives you something you don't like. What do you say?
Can I return
I'll
it?
say, Mom, can I have the receipt?
My husband is shocked.
Because I know she won't be offended.
Yeah.
She really won't
Yeah.
care. She'll be like, yeah, get whatever you want.
Yeah, my husband has been shocked year after year by how honest my family is with each other. Like when my sister and I give each other gifts, I'll be like, I don't know if you're like it, but blah, blah, blah. And she'll go, yeah, it's all right. I'm like, okay, here's the receipt. Like we just come around
Oh my
and
gosh,
say it.
I
Yeah,
love
it's-
it.
Well, I'm like that too. I'm just too practical. So I'd rather people return it and get something they want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I was guessing. So there you go.
I like it.
So to wrap up this conversation, what can we do to keep expectations from ruining a moment, whether it's what you imagine your first Mother's Day is going to be,
Yeah.
Chloe, or your birthday, your big 60th birthday. What can you do for like a mindset or relationships or in that actual moment to keep the expectation from bringing it down.
My friends and I actually talked about this last year because, to your point, we talked about how at Christmas, we just feel like we're doing so much for the kids and for everyone else. And we're kind of commiserating over the fact that like we are totally left behind as moms, like we are low man on the totem pole. And so we booked ourselves a Christmas like tea brunch at this place and just went out just ourselves. And that was our Christmas present to each other, was doing that all together with no kids and, you know, taking some time by ourselves.
I like that.
I love that. I think a big thing for me, and we've touched on this a lot, is just being self-aware, like knowing what is going to overwhelm me, what is going to help me, you know, celebrate the season. Because I love Christmas. I love the holidays so much. So if I'm the one who cares a lot about it, then I need to initiate the celebration sometimes.
Yeah. I think being flexible in the moment too is helpful. Things aren't going to turn out the way that you think, but that doesn't mean they're not still good in some way. So looking for that.
I like that.
And then I also think, you know, realizing your role in the bigger picture. For example, I mean, talking about Christmas, Mary rode on a donkey to another town for a census and then had to deliver her baby around animals is probably not what she expected for that time, but she didn't complain. She didn't talk about what she thought she deserved. She just kept all of it in her heart and thought about them often. So like you are just part of this moment, this holiday, and like you get to be the example for your child. You get to find joy in that moment and and just kind of roll with it. I think that's one of the best skills a mom can have.
Love that.
I love that because I think that's the show must go on. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. It's going to be chaotic. I will say, find those 3 or 4 things that you build it around that are the tradition, that are not complicated. You know, we all love all these Insta stories and everything, all these great ideas, but you can sometimes get lost in all that and not build, like for us, even when our kids were like this age, you know, adults like Megan, Mark still reads the Christmas story by the fire. And, you know, we still go to church Christmas Eve. And we still have Stone Crab's Christmas Eve dinner. And then Christmas dinner is different. So there's certain things. We always have cannolis for Megan on Christmas Day dinner. And so there's certain things they know what to expect. And if they have those, it's like everybody's aha moment. Oh, there's my thing I love. And so
all is right with the world.
Exactly.
As long as there's
I still
cannoli.
expect my mom to do things for me on Christmas.
That's sweet.
As a 33-year-old.
Everybody still has their little thing. And if you can just accomplish that, everything else doesn't matter.
We have so many great printables to help you get ready for Christmas, to help plan for Christmas presents you're going to buy, to help the kids remember the story of the birth of Jesus, praying throughout the month, an advent calendar. There's really so many great Christmas printables on imom.com. I'll put a bunch of them in the show notes and on the blog post, but make sure you just click on the printable section on imom.com. And I think it'll really help you stay organized, get the kids excited, and also help keep the focus of the season.
Well, you want to hear my holiday tradition?
I do.
You're going to hate this. My mom and I always watch The Holiday the day after Thanksgiving.
We begin and we end with the
I don't know if I should give it another shot. I just don't. I love the little relationship between her
on
and
the other
the guy. I
girl.
know.
She's so
I know.
sweet.
What about the little girls, the little British girls?
They're adorable.
They're adorable.
Yes, they are. It's just she ruins the whole thing.
You don't
for
like
me.
tents?
You guys have made me out to be just the biggest Grinch. Maybe I am. All right. Join the conversation on Instagram. We are imom.com, and that's dot spelled out, imom.com. And thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the iMom podcast. iMom is the motherhood program of the nonprofit organization Family First. Along with our fatherhood program, All Pro Dad, we exist to help you love your family well. Subscribe to our daily email, the iMom Minute, by going to imom.com/subscribe and get tons of great ideas, insight, and inspiration. The iMom podcast is hosted by me, Abby Watts, along with Susan Merrill, Megan Tigner, and Chloe Blumenthal.